All right, so let's go ahead and break down all the different components and elements of a power clean. All right, so the first thing I would have someone do is their approach. So how they approach the bar, make sure their head's right, make sure they are centered on the platform, the bar is centered in line with them. All right, so they want to have that bar close to their body. All right, so usually about over your shoelaces is generally where people kind of like to lie. Do a nice neutral stance. Normally, most people say, think about it like you're about to do a jump, as if you were to run up and then jump wherever your feet are before you jump. That's where they'll naturally be. All right, so you're going to start right there, bar over your shoelaces. All right, close to your shins. All right, so what you want to do is on deadlifts, those main pulling movements, snatches, power cleans, stuff like that, you want to remember a good cue: chest higher than your hips, hips higher than your knees, always. All right, so we don't want to see this. We don't want to see that chest dip. All right, that's going to be really bad for our back, lower back. So we want to have a nice neutral spine. All right, good hip hinge mechanics. All right, so chest, where's my chest? Where are my hips? Where are my knees? All right, so nice neutral grip and stance. Make sure, like I said, make sure chest higher than your hips, hips higher than your knees. All right, and from there, you would do your first pull, which would be, normally, I would have people warm up doing normal deadlifts. All right, just to get that first pulling motion. Make sure they're comfortable with it. Do a couple of those. All right. Then from there, I would have them add in that shrug pull, all right, so which is that deadlift just like we did, but then with an added shrug pull at the end. All right, so that one, all right, they're gonna do that normal deadlift, and then at the end, do a little shrug pull, all right? So again, you're just doing a deadlift, at the end, shrugging it up. All right, so if you notice, when I do those shrug pulls, if you look at my feet, what do you notice? All right, it was minute. You might not be able to see it. I'll do it again. All right, so if you notice, I extended just a little bit. All right, off of my heels, onto my toes. All right, just to extend, get a little bit of that pop. All right, a little bit more of that leg drive. So it's called triple extension, which is extension at the hip, knee, and ankle. So if we start in this position, all right, everything is in a nice position to be extended. All right, so everything's flexed. All right, and then as we're going up, 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 we're extending, extending, and then finally, when we do that shrug to high pull, we're extending here, here, and finally we'll extend at those ankles as well to get, like I said, more leg drive, to get that bar traveling up where we want it to go, okay? So you're trying to put all of that force through your feet into the ground to make that bar go the opposite direction, okay? So again, just doing, after that normal deadlift, just have them add in a little shrug pull, all right? Do a couple of those, and once they're comfortable doing that, then the next step is I would have them do that high pull, which looks like this, all right? So on this one, all you're doing is doing the same thing, deadlift, shrug pull, but then, so with this one, you're using your traps to initiate that pull, and then you're using mostly those rotator cuff muscles, as well as mostly your traps, to get it to go up, extending, like I said again, extending all that lower body to get maximal drive, really bring that bar up. All right, so that high pull, gonna look just like this. All right, again, where my chest, where's my hips, where's my knees. I'm gonna go, shrug the high pull. All right, just like that. All right, so a lot of people have a tendency to, when they extend those hips forward, they drive and it comes out like this. That's what I had a lot of problems with when I started power cleaning. So again, you want to keep that bar close to your body. All right, so we're not extending into the bar. all right, we're extending so that all of that force goes through our lower body, all right, to drive that bar upwards instead of outwards. So when the bar comes into contact with our hips, we're not actually necessarily pushing it, all right? Just doing right there, that nice high pull. All right, so after I would have someone do a couple of those, the final step I would have them work on is that catch position, all right? That transition from that high pull to get those elbows underneath. All right, so we want those elbows to go out, and then they'll punch under and come underneath, and then right up to create that nice even shelf across that front delt region, across those pecs, across that clavicle area, to get the bar in a nice position. All right, so a lot of coaches like to have some players practice zombie squats. All right, so that is to help them, a nice cue, to help them form that shelf right here. All right, so that even if my hands aren't on the bar, I'm still supporting it with my front delts, okay? So, like I said, after they're comfortable with that deadlift, with that stroke pull, with that high pull, we're going in to that full high pull to catch, okay? So, with that catch, you want to create, like I said, that nice shelf. So, your shoulders are supporting the bar. Your hands are there as a little guide. Now, a lot of people, myself included, when they first start power cleaning, they don't have that shoulder flexibility, mobility, or that wrist range of motion to be able to get those elbows up here while keeping the wrists down here on the bar. So, normally, what I would have them do is we would practice doing front squats. I would maybe have them use straps if they can't get their hands all the way to the bar. Attach some straps to the bar, maybe so they can at least get that feel, and we can slowly work our way towards, as we get more shoulder flexibility and wrist flexibility, we can work our way towards getting our hands on that bar. All right, so again, all right, so chest high, hips high, all right, everything good to go, locked in. All right, then we're gonna do that pull, shrug pull, high pull, all right? All right. So the main difference that makes this a power clean versus a normal clean is we are not landing in a full squat position. We're just doing a half squat. So you're gonna do everything I just showed you, that deadlift, shrug pull, that high pull, but instead of catching it and landing all the way down here in a normal clean, we're landing about right here in that power position, all right? So we're here, pull, shrug pull, high pull, catch, half squat, all right? So while that bar is simultaneously traveling up, I'm pulling myself down, all right? Just like that. So I can get it, while the bar is traveling up, I'm going down to meet it so I can get under it and catch it. And as you increase your load and your weight, you will have to drop further and further down because you won't be able to pull it as high. So, whole thing, just like this. All right? So over time, with different athletes, main thing, this is a power movement. All right, so we just want to work on explosiveness and getting it up real quickly, all right? Just like that. All right, so now we'll bring in Sarah and get her to do it.